Hey everybody, this is Ryan from 60 Cyclehum, the Guitar Podcast, and today I'm going to be giving you my first impressions on the new Made in Mexico Fender Player Series Jaguar. I got to pick one up at Sweetwaters Gearfest this past weekend, feel the fret edges on it, check out the quality control, look at the hardware, just kind of get a general first impressions like I said. But before we get to that, yep, we're inside 60 Cyclehum's new garage-based studio. Here in my very own garage. We built two walls back here. My 4-year-old and I painted them the other day, this nice kind of medium gray color. I realized that it's basically the same color as the t-shirts that I wear fairly often on the show. So that means I got to wear more Hawaiian shirts, which I'm doing now. This is one of my new fancy pants Hawaiian shirts I ordered to treat myself from Mr. Koya. I really like the fit. Good fit. Fun pattern. I'm impressed. I like this shirt. I'll put a link down below. So anyways, let's get into this guitar. Here's the picture I took at Sweetwater. They had a whole display up. Zoom in on the Jaguar right there. You'll notice I'm pronouncing it Jaguar and not Jaguar. I might suck at pronouncing tremolo or tremolo. Tremolo? I can never get it right. But I know how to say Jaguar. So there's that. Anyways, let's get into it. First thing to speak my piece on this guitar. It feels just like a Mexican Fender. I mean, there's no new development in the line of Mexican Fenders as far as, like the way they feel, the weight, the fret ends, anything like that. I picked it up, I closed my eyes, and it reminded me of my Mexican Strat right here. My well-loved Mexican Strat. I think it's a late 90s build right there. So yeah, if you've played Mexican Strats before or any Mexican Fender, you know exactly what you're going to get into with this. They're not changing any sort of quality control on them, any sort of build techniques or anything like that. It's a Mexican Fender. It's one of the most popular Fenders out there. You can find Mexican Fenders in every pawn shop, every teenage bedroom in America. I mean, that's what it comes down to. So anyways, let's get into some specifics. One of the things that people were posting about when these were first announced, and a few people found them in stores, is that there was uneven string spacing on the nut. I looked at all the nuts that were there on the floor, and they all looked fine to me. That was the one that I was holding. That was the Jaguar right there. Really got to do something about this light reflection. It's no bueno. But anyways, yeah, it looks just fine to me. I mean, maybe someone who's, a luthier or luthier, I don't know how to pronounce that one, would be more specific and see some sort of problem with this, but it's nothing like the pictures I saw online where there was some store that got a bunch of guitars that had really uneven string spacing on the nut. As far as I'm aware, all the Fender guitars that were on the display at Sweetwater were from the Sweetwater warehouse. They weren't brought in by Fender or anything like that. And they all looked fine on that front, honestly. I didn't see any big quality control issues as far as like the pickguard cut goes, or the hardware, or the tuners or anything like that. I only got a couple photos. I didn't send there photographing everything. The pickups look interesting to me. It's interesting that there is a double cream humbucker thing going on. I wonder if they have some sort of deal worked out with DiMarzio, or maybe DiMarzio's claim to double cream pickups is over now. I don't know. If you know the story behind that, let us know down in the comments. Something that was pointed out in some of those early posts is that the strings don't line up over the humbucker poles, and that's true. I don't know how much of an issue that really is. I've had all sorts of guitars over the years where the strings don't match up perfectly with the poles on the pickups, and I've never really noticed a big difference. But I'm sure there's people out there who are very specific about that, and you know about it. You know that's an issue looking at that. Like I said, I honestly don't think it's a sound issue. It's kind of just an OCD thing. Your pickup's going to pick up, how many times am I going to say pickup? Your pickup's going to react to the magnetic vibrations of the strings, whether they're over the poles or not. You might get a little bit of a gain difference there. I don't know. Experts, people with strong opinions, comment down below. Something you could do to fix this, which is kind of funny if you think about it, but there's Mustang saddles on the bridge. If you put in Jazzmaster or Jaguar saddles, then you could fine tune where the strings lay over the pickup poles, because they have lots of little grooves instead of the one big groove right there. So that's something to think about. Like I said, I didn't get to plug this thing in and see what it sounds like. They had amps there, but nothing was set up to run. That's just how it was. Like, everything at Sweetwaters Gearfest was set up in tents. So, you know, I did what I could. They had a killer price on these things at Gearfest. If there's any reason for you to consider going to Gearfest, the prices are outstanding for the event. They knock a good chunk off of everything that's out on the floor for sale. I'm really glad that I didn't drive there or have a way to get a lot of stuff home, because I would have gotten myself in trouble for sure. But yeah, $579. That's a decent price for a Mexican Fender these days. Look, we're getting double thumbs. How many thumbs can we get in here? 3 thumbs. Pretty good, huh? The normal price is $674. You know, watch for sales if you think that's too steep, or buy them used. I mean, I'm a big fan of used Mexican Fenders. They're just such a great modding platform. They're something that you can feel comfortable, like making adjustments to, you know, refinishing them, all your, you know, big guitar experiments that you want to get into. And it's not like you're robbing the world of some sort of exotic guitar that's made in limited numbers. I've refinished that Strat back there so many times, it's ridiculous. I'm thinking about refinishing it right now. And I've changed the pick guard and the pickups so many times. They're like, Mexican Fenders are just fantastic modding platforms, let's just be honest. And they're great, you know, great guitars to pick up on the used market. You know they're going to play decent. You know that you can get parts that will fit them. They're fantastic. So I'm pretty excited about this line. I thought the colors were pretty decent. I'll go back to the big family photo here that shows everything. I was really excited about the, what is it called? Sonic Red color that some of these guitars are coming in when I saw them online. In person, it was a little underwhelming. It was kind of like a little bit of like a more desaturated Dakota red sort of thing going. Like in the pictures online, it was like this bright, like pop out orangish red sort of color, and that's just not what I was seeing in the tent. Maybe it would look different under like stage lights or something like that. I really liked the banana cream yellow that you see on that Strat back there. And then the other colors were fine. I'm honestly not a huge fan of the blue on the Jaguar. I like the white color on the Jazzmaster. That sage green isn't my thing, but I think a lot of people are going to love that. And then, you know, Sunburst. You know, I think the exciting thing about these guitars is that they did come out with a bunch of new colors that you wouldn't expect to see on Mexican Fenders for the most part. I really liked the bass that they had in that buttercream yellow. If I was a bass player, I looked at a lot of basses while I was at Sweetwater. I don't know why I was doing that. But if I was a bass player, I'd be looking at that buttercream bass for sure. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Please like, subscribe, dislike, leave me rude and nasty comments, and support me on Patreon. I need that money. Got to pay for the studio that I'm building in my garage. By the way, I've got a bunch of string swings ordered, so you can expect in the next week or so to see just full saturation of guitars hanging behind me. If you have any extensive thoughts on this new line of Fenders, comment down below. They're not like a sponsor of mine or anything like that. Go ahead and trash talk them. Not that you're not allowed to trash talk people who are my sponsors. We like to keep it honest around here. All right, later guys.